This is breaking news.
From Coachella to Fallon, decoding Diljit Dosanjh's stardom. Who is Diljit Dosanjh? The answer to that question would depend on who you ask. To the uninitiated, Dosanjh is an incredibly popular Punjabi singer who last week made his debut on Jimmy Fallon's The Tonight Show. The 40-year-old proudly sits atop what is known as the Punjabi wave, a new generation of artists melding homegrown Punjabi music with rap and hip-hop. Introduced by Fallon as the biggest Punjabi artist on the planet, Dosanjh, dressed in traditional attire, performed his hits Born to Shine and GOAT in front of a packed audience. Few seconds into it and everyone was dancing, says Sucharita Tyagi, a film critic who was present at the show. You should have seen the faces of the house band, they were mind-blown. Back in India, Dosanjh is also recognized as a versatile actor who sings in all his films as well as an accomplished producer. And to others who may never have seen his films or follow his music, he is a social media star who routinely creates a stir with funny videos on Instagram. A video of him having a hilariously frustrating conversation in Punjabi with voice assistant Alexa is a particular favorite for many. Dosanjh is particularly interesting because his image is the antithesis of the Punjabi hip-hop stereotype, a musician who eschews the music's gritty sound and vocabulary for something more organic and traditional. He is a soulful singer, his rich baritone soaring and quivering with emotion at the right places. At shows, he brings the house down with his energy and gets Ed Sheeran to sing in Punjabi, and his performances on screen can move people to tears or laughter. For his fans, he is foremost a Biba Munda, or a good boy, whose spontaneity, natural charm, and relatable persona make him one of the most endearing stars of his time. Ask 30 people in a room why they like the man and they'll give different reasons: his acting, singing, or just the Instagram content he makes, Tyagi says. But they'll all have one thing in common, which is their love for the person he is. Born as Diljit Singh in the Dosanjh Kalan village in Punjab, Dosanjh started his career by singing devotional songs at a local gurdwara. Those who knew him at the time say he was a bashful boy who barely had any beard, but had the rhythm, did bhangra well, and tied a very good turban. He was a very God-fearing Biba boy who was hungry to learn. Rajinder Singh, a song producer who gave Dosanjh his first break, once told the Indian Express. At 16, he released his first album. The songs were less of a sensation at nightclubs than at wedding parties, where his wide-eyed innocence and soulful voice instantly made him popular. Soon, he was getting shows almost every day. A few years later, his parents sent him to the city of Ludhiana to live and train with his uncle, a local musician. It was a fertile time for pop music with regional artists like Deva Mendy and Punjabi MC of Mundian to Baki fame taking Punjabi sounds to the world. In 2006, Dosanjh did his first international tour in Canada, and a year later, he released his second album, this time under his new name, Diljit Dosanjh. One thing led to another, and by 2010, Dosanjh had also established himself as a popular actor in Punjab's vibrant film industry. 6 years later, he made his Bollywood debut. Now, he's a global star. Last year, he made history by becoming the first Punjabi language singer to perform at the Coachella Festival. He also collaborated with pop singer Sia and joined Sheeran while he was touring in India. In his interviews, Dosanjh has repeatedly said that his success was not by coincidence, that he worked day and night to get here, diligently practicing singing even when he was not getting opportunities. But the modesty with which he carries himself makes him seem like an innocent bystander in his own path to fame. When a star grows to a certain stature, they usually want to reinvent themselves. But Dosanjh does not give in to personal excesses even as his popularity continues to soar, says communication consultant Diljit Singh. By staying this modest good boy, he presses a whole bunch of right buttons with the audience, he adds. Yet Singh believes there is more than meets the eye, and that some of Dosanjh's authentic persona could perhaps be performative. In fact, Dosanjh himself has said that contrary to his image as a pure soul, who does not care about the hustle, he's constantly trying to overtake competition. This is my job and I don't make bones about it. Dosanjh has consciously avoided falling into the trap of being an edgy bad boy, the conventional path followed by most of his peers, Singh says.